All right, all right, all right. Peace and wellness, family. I hope that y'all are happy and whole and well and all that good stuff. I see y'all wellness community in the chat. Butterflies in the sky. I can go twice as high. It's good seeing y'all. I hope that everybody is well, family. Now listen. We have a new moon peaking in Cancer as we speak. Okay, happening right now. Usually I give it to y'all a little early, but y'all know today I'm right on time. Okay, but the shadow period of this new moon in Cancer lasts up until about July 20th. Okay, so the energy will still be present for a few more days, and you definitely still have time to do your work. I hope that y'all saw my short. I created a short about it, and I put it on my other socials. Okay, so I hope y'all saw the short and wellness community. I'll definitely be dropping the full length notes in the Patreon after I am done with this video. My intentions for this video is to unpack this new moon in Cancer. I also want to talk about its trine or its harmony with Neptune and Pisces. I'm also going to identify the impact that this north and south node shift into Aries and Libra that we are also experiencing today will play into this energy and how it all connects. So I'll be identifying what all of this means. What are some things we can do to utilize this energy for our wellness? And also, family, I will be explaining how this will affect us for essentially really the next year and a half, okay? Because our north and south node in Aries and Libra will remain there until January of 2025, okay? So we have some time in this energy. So I'm going to get into that, y'all, but first, and let me tell you, if you're late to the live, the video will be timestamped so you can fast forward through this. But I got to do this for my family because I know they've been waiting on it, patiently waiting on it. First, I got to catch y'all up, honey, because it's been a little while. And if you've been following me on my other socials, specifically Instagram, y'all know I'm an Instagram girly at the heart. Okay, I be in my stories. I post there more often. I'm more personal there than on the other socials. Okay, but if you follow me on the Instagram, you know that, honey, I had a time last week. I had a time last week. Okay, so I got to quickly tell y'all the story before we get into the new moon. So if you don't know, last week, yes, last week was my sister's birthday. Okay, well, July 2nd was her birthday, but we celebrated on into the N2s. Okay. So July 2nd was her birthday. We celebrated. We had a good time. Her goal was to try different things that she never tried before. So I took her to different restaurants and we did things, and she had Nigerian food and Senegalese food and all kind of things. Now what we discovered is, honey, her spice level, her spice tolerance is low. Okay, but her heart is mighty because at least she tried, you know. But she had her jollof and all the things. Okay. But the highlight, we went to the Badu concert, the Badu Unfollow Me tour. Y'all, if you saw the video, so what had happened was, let me recap the show. We arrived, the show was supposed to start at 7:30, right? We arrived at the show at 6:30 a.m. And I'm gonna explain. If you already know, I know I sound stuffy and a little bit congested. Okay, y'all, it's because I got the vid, but I'm gonna get y'all, I'm gonna catch up to that part of the story. Okay. I'm gonna catch up to that part. Let's get to the Badu concert part. So we at the Badu concert. The concert supposed to start at 7:30. So we arrived at 6:30 because something I learned, and let me give y'all this little tip, honey. I used to be a late girly. I still kind of am a late girly, but I used to be a late girly. But when it comes to concerts, I've learned to get there early just so you could be comfortable. You could be able to get your drink, you could get your concessions and be able to just chill and get a little lit before the show. So you already vibing out and stuff like that when the show starts. I'm over 30. I'm not a pregame at the house girl anymore. That's for the 20s and the 20s and stuff. The 20s, I was pre-gaming at the house. I'm not pre-gaming at the house because, see, we got an hour ride from Brooklyn to Madison Square Garden, and I'm going to have to pee by the time I get there. So I don't pre-game at the house no more. I know my bladder. Okay. So what I do is when I get to the venue, I get my drink, have a good time. So we got there a little early, and we got our drinks, we got our concessions, we vibing. Y'all, it was such a good time. Tobe Chukutu Ben Wigwe opened up that show and showed out. And honestly, y'all, I thought everybody was a Toby and Fat fan. I really thought everybody know who Toby and Fat was. I thought that, because I've listened to Toby for a long time. If you know me, if you follow me on IG, I've been posting him in my stories. When he did Tiny Desk, I was blowing it up, going crazy. I been a Toby fan forever. Y'all, I was so hyped when he joined the tour. And when I saw that he was on the set list, the artist list for the New York City for Madison Square Garden, I was so hyped. Toby opened up that show, and I swear, y'all, before we went, I told my sister and my niece, I said, y'all, if he does Catfish Blackened with Grits, I'm going crazy, because that is my song. Every song I wanted him to do, he did. Every single one, except for Juice featuring Paul Wall, but that's because him and Paul Wall go back and forth in that song, so he can't really do it like that without Paul being there. You know what I'm saying? But every song I want him to do, he did, and even beyond my expectation, y'all, because he did it acoustic style. Him and Fat ate that show up. It was mostly acoustic. The background singers, they had like a mini choir. Okay, I said, Tobe trying to channel his inner Kirk Franklin, honey. Tobe tried to get his Kirk Franklin on, because he had like a mini choir. It was very gospel-y. Everybody in the choir could sing. It was live musicianship. It was good. It was really good. So Toby ate the house down. Okay, great welcoming committee. I was hyped. We was blessed to be in the second row. So we was in the front, in the second row, blessed to be in the center, second row on the floor, of course. And it was great. We right there, we vibing. I'm hyped. Next thing you know, Yasin Bey, formerly known as Mos Def, comes out. Y'all, I'ma just say this. Respectfully, Zassa Zaddy. Yasin Bey, formerly known as Mos Def, Zassa Zaddy. Zassa Zaddy, honey. Okay, I looked at him. I felt the baby kick. I looked at him. I said, "Oh, child, it's a boy." Immediately upon eye contact, pregnant. Immediately, that man is magically delicious. Okay, he is delicious. He is Catfish Blackened with Grits. You hear me? What you see on the TV screen, he looks way better than that in person, and it's very rare that you could say that. He looks better than what he looks on TV. Okay, better. Honey, aging like wine. I'll take a sip. Okay, I said that the music was great. The physique is excellent. Okay, everybody wants to know, did he perform Umi Says? Yes, he did. Now let me tell you about his show. Mos Def, Yasin Bey's show is very much like watching Basquiat paint a picture. It truly is. If you could, like, I don't know if y'all ever saw what was Basquiat's documentary called? It was something child. Y'all say it in the chat. What was the name of Basquiat documentary? It was something child. Something child. Give it to me in the chat, y'all. But if you watch that Basquiat documentary and you saw how focused and how Radiant Child, thank you so much. Thank you. It was Radiant Child. If you saw how focused Basquiat was, but free and flowing, and just, you could tell he was just being his authentic self when he was painting. That was Yasin Bey on that stage. He came out with rose petals and sprinkling rose petals, and like he was just in his own vibe. And he's from New York. He's from New York, so he was definitely representing for home. He brought out the whole Black Star. Talib came out, Black Thought came out, Pharaoh came out. It was an amazing show. Like, he really blew the roof off. So it was just great elevation, going from Tobe to Yasin Bey. And then here comes Miss Badu. Here comes Miss Badu. Here comes the queen in all her glory. And let me just simply say, not a single crumb was left. Not a single expectation was left blown out the water. Everything she did was nothing that you would have expected. When she says a Badu experience, it's truly an experience. It truly feels like you elevate to another plane. We was in the front. We, like I said, we was in center second row. We right there. Y'all, we was on our feet the whole time. We was on our feet. Every song she did all, and this is the thing about Badu catalog. She got too many good songs. If you a fan, you a fan. So she got too many to do all of them. But all the ones you want her to do, she did. And then it's still some that she could have did that we still wanted her to do. But it's like she couldn't take nothing else out because you wanted her to do all of those too. And she can't be up there all day. The queen got to rest, honey. She gave us everything she had and some. And the tour, and this is what I love so much. The tour is called the Unfollow Me Tour. If y'all, she got a few shows left. If you could make it, please. The tour is called the Unfollow Me Tour. And the intention, as she was clarifying throughout the show, was essentially a part of it is like, yes, if you don't like me, unfollow me, but also, as opposed to trying to be me, as opposed to trying to be like Badu, as opposed to trying to follow me, unfollow me and follow yourself. Follow you, become dedicated to you. So she kept saying, unfollow me. Don't try to do what I do. Don't try to be what I be. Don't try to be in my lane. Don't try to be who I am. Don't try to show up how I show up. Unfollow me and follow you. And yes, Marley, I love that. I love that. So that was the intention with the unfollow me. It was not, it was like, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I value your energy, but I want you to unfollow me and follow yourself. Get on your own divine path, connect to your own Ori. And that's just truly in alignment with the energy right now, family. So it was great. Now, the part that the people want to know is the video I put up where she was singing. I believe she was singing the Bag Lady, and during Bag Lady, she was doing hitting her notes, and she's scanning the audience, and she saw me in the audience, so she's like, like she, like, girl, that's you. So she recognized me in the audience, and I was like, hey. And I'm, if you start breathing, I'm vibing, y'all. Because one thing about me, I'm going to be in the vibe. If we ever in person, if you know me, if we ever in person, my phone is down. Honey, I ain't on my phone like that. My phone is down or probably in my purse somewhere. I got to keep checking to make sure it ain't missing because I just be focused on you. I be focused on absorbing the energy. I be focused on the moment. I really, really strive to do that at all times. So I'm vibing. You feel me? I'm vibing. We having a good time. It's truly in the energy, family. So, she spots me, she vibing, we vibing, everybody vibing, it's a whole vibe. Then she stops the show. So let me just be clear. She has this part of the show that she does. This is something she just does in the show, right? Where she sometimes she'll like stop somebody and say, Spirit told me to sing this song, and it's like a fun song she sings. But she picked me, so she stops the show and she says, Spirit told me to say something to this person, to say something to this sister, and I put the whole video up so you can watch the video, okay? Look, she said me looking up Toby and Weekway on the low. Please look up his tiny desk. If you are just discovering Tobe, look up his tiny desk. Look up his tiny. Let that be your introduction to Toby. Fat is his wife, and she's sitting on the side. And I think at that time they only had one child. They got 4 now, but she's sitting on the side and all that stuff. But let that be your introduction. But anyway, so she stops the show, she points to me and she says, Spirit told me to tell the sister something. So mind y'all, y'all don't know, but I'm a little shy. A lot of shy. I was a very shy child. I didn't talk as a kid. I was very, very shy. So we're in Madison Square Garden, you guys. So as she does this, everybody turns and looks. Okay. So I'm like, okay. But I'm absorbing the moment. I put my phone down immediately, and thank God for my niece, okay? Because my sister was sitting next to me. My niece was sitting on the other side of my sister. My sister was so hyped. She was trying to record, but she was just so hyped that she didn't get it. But my niece got the moment. My phone was down. I'm absorbing it. And Badu, she's talking, and then she starts singing. And honestly, y'all, this is my confession. These are my confessions. Just when I thought I said all I could say, I got a confession. I didn't know the words she was saying. I didn't know the song. That's my confession, y'all. I did not know the song she was singing. And I know Badu catalog. I'm like, I'm like, I know Annie. I know Out My Mind Just in Time. I know Southern Girl. I'm thinking of like all the B-side hits. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know all the Badu catalog. I'm running through the catalog. I'm like, what album is this? This ain't Mama's Gun. I'm like, this ain't even you could put your phone down. What the mixtape was? You can't use my phone. This wasn't even that. I'm like, I'm running through the catalog. Badu, what it did? But I'm grooving. But as I'm grooving, I'm running through the catalog. Like, what song is this? I'm grooving. So that's why when y'all see me in the video, I'm just like, I'm not singing no words. I'm vibing because I don't know the motherfucking words. I don't know the 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 words. Oh, hey, girl, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. That's all. I don't know. Okay. Found out later on that it's actually a Snoop Dogg song that she was singing. Okay, that's what I found out later on. And I was like, I don't know, but I feel the vibe. And it was a good time. Okay. So, yes, that happened and it was great. And the whole concert was great. If y'all could get to the concert, get to the concert, enjoy yourselves. It was great. If you could get in the front, get in the front. But even if you in the back, enjoy the back because the lights and the visuals and everything is all just such a vibe. Every artist, and then y'all know Duran is on there now, honey. Duran is a vibe. If you've never seen Duran live, honey, look up Duran too, and his Tiny Desk as well. He's the one that did the Tiny Desk that was like the Proud Family thing. Okay, but this is the thing. Yeah, it's just for I just fell back and enjoyed the experience. Okay. I didn't know what the words was to the song. And I do want to say this, right? Because I posted the video and a lot of folks showed a lot of love. So of course we focusing on all the positive energy. And that's why I didn't even entertain that bullshit in the comments. Okay. We only focused on the love. But I do want to say this, some people took it very seriously and was like, why would she say spirits told her to sing a degrading song to you? Y'all need to fucking relax. Have a good time. Niggas just want to have fun sometimes. We play too. We spiritual girls. We play too. We have a good time. We listen to ratchet shit too. I was just listening to some Meg this morning. Okay? Just listening to Meg Tiny Desk. Okay? I don't know what y'all got to relax. Some of y'all is so spiritually high, you're no earthly good. Enjoy your human experience. It's not that deep. Sis was having a good time. It's a part of the show. She picked me out. It was a good time. Okay. It's a good time. It's about the energy. It's about the love. Okay. She was having a good time. I was grooving. She grooving. We grooving. The audience grooving. Everybody around me grooving. Honey, we all was grooving. You in the comments hating and taking shit too serious. That's why your ass wasn't grooving. While you was at home, ungrooved. Relax a little bit. Okay. Y'all got to relax. All right. Let me just say that. Now, with that being stated, shout out to also the brothers behind me because people, like I said, people around me was taking the video. So shout out to them as well. Now, another thing people wanted to know was when she asked me to move closer, because the seat in front of me was empty. So people said, why didn't you move closer? Why you didn't step over the seat? Y'all, because the girl in front of me had threw up all in her seat. So there was a drunk friend pair, okay? A guy and a girl in front of us. They came drunk. We knew they was drunk. They came a little later into the show, and they was not the guy so much. He was having a good time. He was a Badu fan. He had his Badu shirt on and everything. He was a vibe. But the girl, she was lit now, and she was lit. She was like, yeah, B, you better get it, B. Yeah, oh, like talking crazy, saying things to the point that it was a couple next to them, and the sister was looking back at me like, oh Lord Jesus, what is this girl going on? She was lit. She ends up leaving, staggering out, comes back with some water. And I knew right there when she came back with a big thing of water and was chugging water, I said, this girl gonna throw up. Next thing I know, she is spouting out vomit. And I felt I was sitting directly behind her. All I saw was her body jerking and she was like this. So I like leaned over to the side and she was throwing up. The guy next to me was like, oh my God, she's spitting up. I felt bad for the couple next to her because Now the guy next to her, he has to sit next to a pile of vomit for the whole rest of the show. I felt so bad for him. So he was sitting like this, it's just like, y'all don't, that's why we don't pregame. When the pregame gets too lit, that's why we don't pregame. You don't pregame for a concert, because that's another thing. And another reason why y'all should go to the show. The show was about 4 hours, maybe a little longer. We didn't get up out of there till like after 11. And the show was about 4 hours. So it was a great, great show, long show. You got to think, if you drinking from the time you get home, and then you get a drink or two while you there, or even if you sneak a little drinky drink in there, but you have drinks while you there, you drinking for 4 or 5 hours straight at that point. You know what I'm saying? And then you dancing and you moving around and stuff. It's a lot of lights and everything like that. Sis got sick. So but that's why I didn't, when she asked me to move closer, that's why I didn't step over the seat. Because if I would have stepped over the seat, I would have stepped directly in vomit. Okay. And I wasn't going to do that, honey. I was cute. I was cute. I had on my little corset from Fenty, my little tulle skirt. I wasn't about to step into no vomit. Okay, I wasn't going to do that, honey. I was cute, and we was vibing. I got the vibe. So yes, y'all, that's what happened at the Badu show. It was really, really great. Good time. And then fast forward, that was Saturday. Sunday, my sister Bernice was still here. We went out to some restaurants and stuff. We was walking around the city. That was a whole day thing. And then Monday, I woke up. They was preparing to leave. I had a sore throat when I woke up Monday. And I was like, okay, I got a sore throat. They was preparing to leave. They ended up leaving, got them out the door. I took a shower. I was like, I'm going to just take a nap. When I woke up from my nap, I felt like I had a full-blown cold. Fast forward Tuesday, I'm like, okay, still sore throat, still cold, but that's when I start taking my little elixirs and things like that, my little tinctures. I got all my little things, my herbs and stuff. I'm taking all my things. Wednesday, I'm like, okay, something is really going on, because Wednesday, now I'm starting to sweat out the fever, because you got to think I'm battling this thing now, because I'm taking all my little tinctures. If I'm not going to repeat everything I was taking. I said it multiple times in my story, as well as I posted it in the Wellness Community group chat. So I'm not going to say everything I was taking, when I was taking quite a few things. So I'm battling this thing now. But Wednesday, at that point, I'm sweating fever out all day. I'm just sweating the fever out. So I know something is going on. Now, Thursday, I was like, my goal is to be better by tomorrow, which was Friday, because my cousin, she's a singer and she's on tour. So I wanted to pop up and surprise her at her show. So Thursday, I was like, hopefully I'm better by Friday. Hopefully I'm feeling good. Woke up Friday, I was feeling a little better, but I was like, let me go to the urgent care to make sure that whatever I have is not contagious, because my cousin is on tour. I want to surprise her, but I also don't want to ruin her tour and pass her nothing. You feel me? So I was like, let me just be, being considerate. Let me go to urgent care so I could get her a note. So when she see me, I could be like, girl, I just got a little stuffiness, but it ain't nothing contagious. Look, went to the urgent care, y'all. They tested me for everything. COVID, strep throat, sinus infection, all kind of things. They tested me for everything. Y'all, came back positive for the vid and for strep throat. Both. Came back positive for both. Okay? So, and that was Friday. So I don't know what, right? That was Friday that I went to the urgent care, I think. But I don't know what, where it could have came from, because I was doing so many different things, but that's this Greek you hear going on. That's why my voice sounds how it sounds now. But I feel much better than what I was feeling before. I was having a lot of body aches. I was having a lot of things. I never would have thought it was that, though. I never would have thought it was the vid de la co. I never would have thought it was that. But I definitely thought it was like, a sinus infection, because that's what I had that back in 2017, 2018, and it was the same symptoms. So I thought it was that. But hey, it is what it is. I got a quarantine for 7 days. I'll be fine. I'm good. Life is life. I'm well. I'm healthy. Thank God for my breath. Let's get into this new moon in Cancer. Okay, family, let's get into it. Now, Wellness Community, as y'all know, I'll put the notes in the Patreon. If you're not in the Wellness Community, feel free to take notes as we go, okay? But you can shorthand notes, and when we get to the journal prompts, you may want to write them down verbatim, okay? Let me take a little sippy sip. This is why the new moon video was late, y'all, because I didn't want to be on here hacking up and blowing my nose nonstop. But today is the day where, like, the coughing has subsided. I'm not blowing my nose as often. Some of the congestion has left. So thank y'all for y'all love and y'all my well wishes. One thing about having some prayer warriors on your side and a praying tribe, as soon as I shared it with the community and shared it with my tribe, I knew that people was praying for me. And when I say immediately, y'all, I really, throughout Friday, Saturday, immediately, like quick progress, feeling better, congestion, everything just loosening up. I'm feeling my energy come back. Saturday and yesterday, y'all, I was ready to go out. I was like, I want to go out. I want to go do something. I'm ready to move and shake. Okay, but I got to be considerate because I still take the vid very, very seriously because, as y'all know, I watched my aunt go from healthy to kaput in less than 2 weeks from it back in 2021. So I take it very, very seriously because I've seen how detrimental it could be. So although thank God my body can recover from it. This is my second time having it. My body recovers from it well, thank God. I know that, there are people out there who cannot handle it, and I wouldn't want to put anybody at risk. So I'm definitely doing my part, unlike whoever gave it to me. Whoever passed it to me, you didn't do your part. You didn't do your part. Well, let's get into this new moon, okay? Now, family, with this new moon in Cancer, I don't even need to say, I already talked about it in the short, but new moons are for setting intentions. Cancer is a cardinal water sign. So Cancers are all about leadership. Cancers are all about, very much being in charge, but in a very gentle, easy way. They're about going with the flow. Cancers really like a nice flow. They like moving and shaking. They like ease and things. Okay. Cancers are not very beat you on your back. They're very much like, look, let's take it easy. Let's take things into consideration and let's just flow. But good at gathering everybody up, calming everybody down. They're good in that way. In the friend group, they are usually the ones where if friction breaks out, they're like, all right, y'all, let's come together. Everybody bring it down, and they can go from person to person to person and know how to take over and reset the energy. That's a good Cancer, right? A good healed Cancer. But Cancer energy is also very emotional. It's ruled by the moon. Cancer is a sign that is ruled by the moon. So Cancer is right at home with this new moon in Cancer. Now, what I like about the emotions of the new moon in Cancer is it's here for positive reasons. This is not necessarily emotions of the past per se, right? This new moon in Cancer is really about a lot of emotions dealing with the future, a lot of contemplations of what should I do and having feelings or concerns maybe even about the future, but not necessarily past traumas coming up. That's more full moon in Cancer. So I like the new moon in Cancer because although you may be feeling a bit emotional, I know somebody has said in the chat they're not feeling like themselves. That is very much in alignment, but we want to pay attention to the emotions at this time because what is it telling us about how we think about our future, how we think about where we are now and how it relates to our future? So really pay attention to that, okay? Pay attention to that during this time. Now, this new moon in Cancer is also trining or in harmony with our Neptune in Pisces. Now, Neptune is our planet of dreams, our planet of spirituality. They often refer to Neptune as the fog, right? Because it's our dreamy spiritual energy. And Neptune is in Pisces, which is also a water sign. Now, here's the thing with that harmony. A lot of our new moon manifestations will deal with manifesting our future, manifesting our dreams, manifesting our ideal spiritual energy, our alignment with our dreams and our desires. So that's why it's beautiful to have that trine of the new moon in Cancer and Neptune in Pisces. Okay, now get into that. So during this time, you can expect a lot of increased intuition. You could do a lot of dream work, a lot of divination and stuff like that. And we'll get into that later when we talk about our things to do. But those are things that you can expect during this time. Now, I also want y'all to be mindful that the North and South nodes are moving into Aries and Libra. Now, North node is about where are we going? What energy do we need to channel to get to what it is that we desire? That's what North node is about, right? Now, North node moving into Aries. Here's the thing. Aries is all about fire. It's all about passion, which is good because this is the drive that we need to get us to our manifestations, to get us in alignment. So that get up and go energy that you're looking for, that okay, I need to pick up, I need to get it. I need to have that push, that that energy is coming over this next year and a half. A lot of leadership energy. Aries is also a cardinal sign, so a lot of leadership energy. So you're going to really find yourself having that push, having that urge to kind of take over and take charge. So that's a good thing. Now, here's the good thing with the South Node moving into Libra. Libra is all about balance. Libra is all about balance, and Libra is also a cardinal sign. So, this is the thing about Libra being all about balance, right? And this is what I love so much about Libra. Libra energy gives you harmony. The South Node, sorry, y'all, one second. Okay. I had to regroup. I hope y'all can hear me well. Okay. The South Node is all about our past, right? So the South Node deals with lessons from our past, but as well as potential baggage and things we may be holding on to from our past. Okay. So just be mindful of that. Now, when you have your South Node moving into Libra, it's about bringing balance to those emotions that you may be having from your past. Okay. So having that balance with that baggage, having balance with those lessons, so you will feel yourself getting a lot of relief, especially for people who often think about their past. You think about traumas you've been through. You think about maybe some folks contemplate their past life and how their past life is affecting them now. All of that will come into balance. Okay, a lot of emotional balance, especially. So you can expect a lot of emotional balance as a whole during this time. So it's okay right now if you're feeling a bit like out of sorts. It's okay if you're feeling a bit not like yourself. I want you to vision yourself being adjusted, because that's what's happening with all of these planetary shifts today. And again, this energy will take place in effect. This shift will occur over the next year and a half, right? Because it doesn't transit out until January 2025. So you have over the next year and a half to feel this balance energy of that South Node in Libra, and feel that take charge energy, that passion for your future and your destiny with that North Node in Aries. Okay. So just be mindful of that. Now, I want you to really take it easy on yourself during this time. Give yourself the space and grace to just feel, live in your authentic self, live in your authentic emotions, and just feel. Okay. And keep in mind what I said when I talked about how right now the new moon is in Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon, so Cancer feels right at home. This is a homey energy. This is when you want to tap into that hermit crab side of Cancer, right? We know the Cancers are the crabs, okay? That hermit crab side of the Cancer, and you really kind of want to maybe go into reclusion. You maybe want to stay at home, and if you don't want to stay at home and don't want to go into reclusion, just find safe spaces. If you want to be in community, find safe spaces in community. This is not really the time to be trying to gallivant in new places with new people and things like that. This is where you really want to just be around your tribe and be in safe spaces where you can be emotionally loved on and protected right now. Because honestly, we're just all a little emotionally fragile. Okay, and that's okay. But again, it's because we're all being adjusted by this planetary alignment, getting some balance that we need, getting this new charge and this refresh. So it's going to be a lot of new insights, which is where that heavy intuition is going to come in. A lot of spiritual communication, a lot of signs about what we should do and shouldn't do. I want y'all to get into our book of the month, family. The Wellness Community, our book of the month, Numbers and You by Lloyd Strayhorn. It's our book on numerology, okay, understanding numbers in various ways through names and birthdays, life paths, destinies, all kind of things, okay? So get into our book of the month, because you want to be able to understand and unpack your divine numerology during this time, okay? Because again, a lot of heavy intuition and spiritual communication. But let's get into our notes fully. Okay, I already talked about our energy impact, increased intuition, increased emotions, especially in Cancer and Pisces placements. So look at your Cancer and Pisces placements, because there will be a lot of increased emotions, especially in those areas, because again, that trine with that Neptune in Pisces. Okay, now desire to be alone or in safe and familiar places. Intense emotions around goals. Look at your Aries and Libra placements because that's that north and south node shift. So intense emotions around contemplating your future and contemplating your goals, which is okay. And then the last energy impact was, I want y'all, oh, this is important. I want y'all to practice the law of detachment, to detach from the outcome and the path to get there. Because if we're talking about manifesting, right? And again, this new moon is about setting intentions. So this is not really a new moon where you want to be doing work. This is about, what are your intentions? What is your desire? What is your intent? What is your purpose? What is your why? What do you desire and why do you desire it? What is the energy that you want and why do you want this energy? Why do you want to align with this energy? Why do you want to attract this energy? What are the emotions that you want to dwell in and be in and surround yourself with? What is the energy that you want to dwell in and be in and surround yourself with? What type of people, what type of energy beings do you want to align with? What is the vibration? What is the frequency that you are on and that you want to get to? And why? Are you in alignment? Are you in alignment? Okay. But as you are doing this work, I want you to practice the law of detachment. Don't worry about the how you're going to get it. Don't worry about the how. Don't worry about, okay, it has to be this physical thing, this physical outcome. Focus on the energy. Trust and know the energy. Know the energy because that is what you want to align with. So practice the law of detachment during this time. Okay. Now let's get into some do's. Okay. We don't really have any don'ts for this time. Let's focus more on do's. So the first do, a lot of divination, dream work, and spiritual communication. And I'll give y'all some crystals and herbs to help with that later on. But as I said, get into y'all book of the month, family wellness community. Get into y'all book of the month. We have our book club meeting coming up, I think next week, Saturday. Okay. But yes, practice a lot of divination, dream work, definitely spiritual communication by any means. So when I say divination, you can do divination through flame work, okay, or readings through flame work. You can do it through water. You can use coin divination, and study and research all of these different tools. But you don't need much, family. You just need your intentions, you need your peace of mind, and you need your spiritual communication tools. How do you open and close your portal, which is one of your journal prompts, okay? How do you open and close your portal? So just be able to open your portal, welcome spirit in, welcome ancestors in, welcome your spirit guide in. Be clear about who and what you are communicating with. God, spirit, ancestors, energy, universe. Speak to me, tell me, answer these questions, and really pay attention to the tool that you are utilizing to get your answers, your yeses and your nos. What do you need to know? What do you desire to know? So really pay attention to that. But this is a good time to do that. Okay. This is a good time for that. Okay. Now, and when I say pay attention to your dreams, a lot of folks will be having and probably are already having a lot of intense dreams right now. Pay attention to those intense dreams. But here's the thing with paying attention to your dreams, family. Okay. When it comes to paying attention to your dreams, I don't want y'all to only pay attention to like what happens. Everything in your dream has a significance, even down to what you had on in a dream, what somebody else was wearing in the dream, what were the dominant colors in the dream, did any numbers appear in the dream, did you see any numbers anywhere around, what was the time period. So something I tell folks, to know the time period of your dream, you want to pay attention to the environment, pay attention to the ages of the people in your dream. Was someone in your family or a friend in a dream, did they appear younger or older, or were they the same age now? Were you younger or older or the same age now? How did the environment look? Were you in the house that you was in back in the day that you grew up in? That's how you know the time period of your dream. Like, so when is this? When is this taking place? What is happening? What is the energy? What emotions do you feel in the dream? What emotions did you feel when you woke up from the dream? You want to pay attention to all of that. And as soon as you wake up, this is why it's important to do what I call take inventory. Do dream work inventory. Take inventory of your dream. What happened? What was I wearing? What were the dominant colors? What was the time period? What was the energy? What were the emotions of the dream? Did my dream shift and change at any point? Did I ever get in a car? If I got in a car, what direction was I going in? That matters. You know, all of these things tell a story. All of these things have symbolism. So you want to pay attention to all of that when you are really like unpacking your dream. So this is why, you know, when you ask folks for dream interpretation, it's difficult to do dream interpretation for people because it's like, how much of your dream did you remember? What was happening when that happened? Where were you? What was happening when that thing happened? You have to pay attention to all of that. And I know it can be difficult, but this is why as soon as you wake up, you grab your dream book and you just start writing. Just start writing. And then overall, what was the lesson? What was the lesson of the dream? And not the overthinking lesson. I'm talking about the immediate, as soon as you woke up, what did you feel? What was the divine knowing from the dream? And just track that and see if your dreams over multiple nights are maybe telling you a story. Maybe they're giving you a message, and probably are, especially during this time period, giving you a message about what's to come. Okay, because again, we're dwelling in a lot of present and future energy right now. So giving you a message about what's to come. Okay, and then also that South Node moving into Libra and bringing that emotional balance and healing to our past, right? So again, the dream could also be bringing some healing to some past traumas in your life. Okay, so bringing you some closure. So pay close attention to those things. Okay, now the next do. Learn how to open and close your portal to mind your spiritual energy. Now, this is a question I've been answering a lot in my consultations, okay? And when it comes to opening and closing the portal, what does that mean? This is for empaths. This is for anybody who works with spirit, who practices spiritual communication. You have to know how to open and close your portal. When you get up, you have to know what energy belongs to you and what doesn't. You have to know yourself. Okay, you have to know yourself. So, what is your energy? Check in with yourself. How do I feel? How am I thinking? What's going on? What's my baseline? What is my baseline? You have to know yourself. And then when it comes to your portal, that's where you give and receive energy. So you have to know how to open and close your portal. When you open your portal, that's when you are welcoming in spiritual communication. You welcome it in. I was talking to the wellness community in our previous Zoom. And shout out to Max in the wellness community. Max was asking a question basically about like spiritual communication and like, and I was just explaining how I was like, I hope everybody understands that, you know, let me not speak for anybody else. I'm not walking around talking to spirit all day, every day. I said that would be a mental health concern. You know what I'm saying? Like I practice wellness, I practice health because I open and close my portal. You know, I open and close my portal. I decide when I want to receive spiritual communication. I decide when I want to sit and talk and commune. I make that decision. And I have practices to open the portal to welcome spirit in. When I burn certain herbs, when I light my candle in a certain way, when I say certain things, this is all a process, all a ritual of me opening my portal and allowing spirit to come in, okay, and communicate and share signs and symbols in the way that I receive them. So how do you open your portal? Be mindful of that, okay, especially like before you go out, and make sure that y'all are protecting yourselves, okay, because again, our new moon in Cancer trining with that Neptune in Pisces, a lot of dreamy spiritual energy is present right now, okay? So as a lot of folks like to say, the veil is thin, but not just the veil being thin between spiritual and physical realm, but really between other beings, okay? There's a lot of emotional energy transference going on right now. So you just want to be mindful. If you're not going to be in reclusion, you want to make sure that you are cloaked up, you are covered up. When I say covered up, I mean protecting your spiritual energy. So you need to close your portal. You have to let spirit know right now, I am not open to any communication. My energy is mine. It belongs to me. Call your energy back. I am not open to share. I'm not open to receive any outside energy from anywhere. Communicate that. When you feel yourself receiving some energy, or you feel yourself surrounded by some energy or wearing some energy that is not yours, that does not belong to you, and you will know it doesn't belong to you because remember, you know your baseline. You know what your energy is. You know how you felt. So when you feel and you wear some energy that is not yours, you can immediately identify that these emotions don't belong to me. This energy does not belong to me. So then you need to do your practices to cleanse yourself and remove it and close your portal. Okay. So be mindful of opening and closing your portal. Okay. Now, the third do, release control and surrender. Know that the universe is conspiring in your favor. That's simple as said, no explanation needed. Okay, no explanation needed. The fourth do, scripting manifestations, especially for houses and planets ruled by Aries North Node. North Node moving into Aries, okay? Scripting manifestations, especially for houses and planets ruled by Aries. So what I want y'all to do is I want you to go look at your natal chart and look at all of your Aries placements, okay? Because this is where you will see a lot of shifts and elevations when it comes to like where your leadership is going to increase, where you will find your passions really like prospering and moving up. This is where you'll see a lot of positive shifts, a lot of positive changes, okay? So that's why it's so important to really like look at your natal chart and assess for your Aries placements. Now, when I say scripting, this is all scripting is. Scripting is just visioning, but you just write it down. Write down your vision. What do you see? What do you feel when it comes to your desires, when it comes to your elevation? What do you see? What do you feel? What is the energy that is attached to your desire? Because again, that's the energy that you want to focus on, okay? So script your manifestation, script your desires, especially in those areas where your Aries placements are. And the last thing is just keep the energy clear. That's the last do. Keep the energy clear. Keep the energy balanced, family. Practice your chakra work, your chakra meditations. Make sure that you are, just really focusing on yourself, focusing on your energy points. Really, I would advise that if you can't go get a massage yourself. Be mindful about minding your pressure points. Family, back wellness community, I have put some reflexology charts in in the group chat a while ago, and I believe I also posted them in the Patreon. But you could just type in reflexology in the search bar in the group chat. But also, if y'all have this book, Dr. Layla African Holistic Health, the Guide to African Holistic Health, it's an excellent book. Okay, but there's a lot of charts in here. He also speaks a lot on reflexology in this book somewhere. I'm like skimming it to see if I can find some of the charts. He speaks on everything you could think of, but he speaks a lot on reflexology in here. Okay, so if y'all have this book, definitely get into it. Here we go, right here. Boom. Okay, he speaks a lot on it. I hope y'all can see. See, he got the hand diagram, and he talks about different pressure points in the body. Okay, so definitely get into that. All right, so I'm giving y'all some resources so you can be able to do this work for yourself. Okay, now journal prompts. Okay, now this is the part, if you're not in the wellness community and you're taking notes by hand, you want to write this part verbatim for the journal prompts. There's 5 journal prompts. The first journal prompts: what are your thoughts and ideas towards leadership? Because we have a lot of cardinal energy going on with that Aries, Libra, as well as that Cancer energy. Okay, so a lot of cardinal energy, a lot of leadership energy. What are your thoughts and ideas toward leadership? What are your signs that you need to step up and lead? What are your signs that you should step back? What are your signs that you need to step up and lead? What are your signs that you need to step back? And let me tell you something, family. This is a big thing for me. A lot of folks talk about like alphas, like the alpha man, and I'm an alpha woman, I'm an alpha. A true alpha knows when to step back and allow others to lead. A true alpha doesn't always have to be the leader of the project, the leader of the group, the loudest talker in the room. A true alpha knows when to step back and allow other people to lead. So as a leader, you have to know when to step back and allow others to lead. So what are your signs? What are your symbols that, okay, this is when I need to step up and this is when I need to step back? Okay, that's a true leader. Hold on, y'all. I gotta plug in my charger. 1 second. Let me get my charger plugged in, okay, family, so we can keep going. Okay, but that's important. Okay, it's important for y'all to be able to identify the difference. There we go. We're plugged in. It's important for y'all to be able to identify the difference so you could know when to step up and lead and when to step back and allow other people to lead. And you just play your role, okay? And you do what you need to do and play your part, okay? But that's the first journal prompt. Second journal prompt. How are your emotions and intuition connected? This is important. How are your emotions and intuition connected? What feelings do you get when your intuition is speaking to you as opposed to your ego? That's self-explanatory. That's self-explanatory. I don't need to expound any further. And if you need to, I already have a video on intuition versus the ego. Go watch that. I also have a separate video on unpacking and understanding the ego. Go watch that one, okay? Now, number 3, what are the signs that your energy is not aligned, well, or even yours? That's for the empaths. What are the signs that your energy is not aligned, well, or even yours? How do you cleanse your energy? How do you recharge your energy? Because those are two different things. Cleansing your energy and recharging your energy are two different things. Just like a crystal, you could cleanse a crystal and then you charge your crystals after you cleanse them. It's the same thing for your energy. So, how do you cleanse your energy and then how do you recharge your energy? Okay. What are your practices? That's the third journal prompt. Fourth journal prompt. What do you want to manifest in your Aries placements? Oh, excuse me. I had a little spittle, child. What do you want to manifest in your Aries placements? What emotions are aligned with those manifestations? What do you want to manifest in your Aries placements and what emotions are aligned with those manifestations? Number 5, what is your method for practicing the law of detachment? And if y'all need to get this book, Wellness Community, y'all should already have it. We read it a couple times already. Okay, the last time we read it, I think it was a few months ago. But The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. Go get that book. Go get that book. Go get that book. He has a whole section. One of his 7 spiritual laws is the law of detachment. And he does a great job explaining the law of detachment and giving some very key ways of how to do it. So if you don't know your how, go get, that's another resource. Go get that resource and tap into it. Okay, tap into it. If you don't know your how you practice the law of detachment, he lays it out for you loud and clear in that book. Okay, Wellness Community, if you need to go back and reference it, please do. Okay, so those are our 5 journal prompts, family. All right, and then we're going to move on to our 5 crystals. Now, I'm going to give y'all the 5 crystals, and as usual, I'm going to tell y'all why you need to use each crystal. Well, what are you using it for? But keep in mind, with these crystals, you can put them in a mojo bag. You can hold them while you're meditating with them. You can put them in your bra, your drawers. You could put them in your car. You could put them under your pillow. You could do whatever you need to do. Take a spiritual bath and surround the tub with them. Whatever you need to do, you can put them on your energy points, whatever. Okay. Crystals. Moonstone for intuition and balance. Moonstone for increased intuition and balance. Citrine for abundance and peace. Citrine for abundance and peace. Labradorite for emotional balance. Labradorite for emotional balance. Rhodonite heals emotions triggered by the past. That's going to be aligned with that South Node in Libra. Rhodonite heals emotions triggered by the past. And then agate. I think it's agate or agate. I don't know how y'all say it. I be saying agate. Okay. We need Sean. Sean, Universal Lighthouse. Is it agate or agate? Okay. We saying agate. 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 But that's the third eye and heart chakra clarity. Third eye and heart chakra clarity. Okay. So those are our 5 crystals. And then herbs that you want to utilize during this time. I said it right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you. So agate. Okay. Herbs, our 5 herbs for this new moon. Skull cap for peace, love, and harmony. Skull cap for peace, love, and harmony. Sea salt for purification and protection, to cleanse and recharge your crystals. Family, put your crystals out under this new moon tonight, honey. Okay, tonight, tomorrow, and up until the 20th, if you want to, put your crystals out under this new moon in Cancer, because again, it's trining with that Neptune and Pisces. So a lot of heavy, good manifestation energy during this time, as well as with that North Node shift in Aries. So you're going to have some powerful crystals during this time. So cleanse your crystals up with that sea salt, and then go recharge them under this new moon. This is a great time. And y'all, this don't have to be difficult when it comes to cleansing your crystals with the sea salt. Okay, you could literally take the sea salt, put it in your hand, and just do a quick rub with the crystals. You could wipe it down with a damp cloth and put it right outside. It just don't have to be complicated. Folks be trying to overcomplicate cleansing their crystals and want to do all kind of seances and humdulillahs. You don't have to. Okay, just listen. Quick rub down, energy is cleansed, energy is clear. If you need to set them out in the sun just to purify that energy, please do. But then put them out under that new moon, set your intentions for them, put them out, pray over them, say your prayers, do your things, and all that stuff. But it doesn't have to be this big hoopla session. Keep it simple, okay? Keep it simple. Get your sea salt. Okay, but definitely put your crystals out. So we got skull cap, we got sea salt for purification and protection. Marshmallow root. Marshmallow root is for increased intuition. But this is the thing, marshmallow root, and this is one of the things I had in my teas recently as well, because it helps with sore throat. So if you have a sore throat, like myself was struggling with, marshmallow root is good, but it also increases that intuition, and that's what we utilizing it for. Rose hip. Rose hip is for healing and abundance, but also for womb wellness. Okay, so this is good. Rose hip is good for any womb carriers. It helps with regulate the menstrual cycle and all of that good stuff. Okay, and then poppy seed is good for astral projection, and it's also a sleep aid. Okay, but be mindful that poppy seed also increases fertility. Okay, so always got to give that caveat. Poppy seed increases fertility. So yes, it increases astral projection. It increases dreams and all that stuff, but it also increases fertility. Okay, and it also, it's a tiger bone. So it picks up the libido. Okay, so always have to give those caveats. Okay, now those are our 5 crystals, 5 herbs, 5 journal prompts, our 5 things to do, our 5 energy impacts to be mindful of, and then of course we have our 5 planetary alignment notes to be mindful of with that new moon in Cancer, that trine with the Neptune in Pisces, that shift of the North Node into Aries, that shift of the South Node into Libra. Okay, family. So just be mindful, be peace. Give yourself a lot of grace. Give yourself a lot of ease during this time. Be gentle with yourself. Don't be ashamed or afraid to go into reclusion if you need to. Don't be afraid to go into reclusion if you need to. That's that Cancer, that hermit crab energy, okay? You said I've been blending marshmallow root, added rose hips, and my elderberry syrup. Ooh, that's a great combination. That's a great combination. And I do want to close out with this, family. Okay. I already shared this with the wellness community. But when it comes to, I was busy these past couple weeks and I was doing different things. But when it comes to me getting this strep throat and this vid de la co, I take full accountability for it. I take full accountability because I was slacking on my wellness. And I already gave this lesson to the wellness community, and I want to share it with everybody. Never get too busy for your own wellness. I'm a person who normally I drink multiple cups of herbs a day, right? Like, when I'm at home, I'm doing consultations, I drink multiple cups of herbs a day. When I was a teacher, I used to have a Starbucks like coffee to go thing. I don't know what you call them, like a coffee canister or whatever to go. And I used to just put my herbs in there and, take it to work, and I used to sip on it all throughout the day. I was that person, So normally I work from home now. So when I'm at home, I'm drinking multiple cups of herbs a day. I take my vitamins. For vitamins, I take my Mary Ruth's liquid multivitamins. I also take the Mary Ruth's iron, and I also still take Flintstones vitamins as well. I also take sea moss occasionally, okay? So and then I do a lot of different herbs and stuff like that. So I keep up with my herbs and my minerals and stuff. But the last couple of weeks I was so busy, I was going that I would have a cup in the morning maybe, but I'm going all day. Okay, I was going all day. So I have a cup in the morning, I'm going all day. I wasn't taking nothing to go with me. I'm out in the streets and stuff like that, and I'm just out and about. And my immune system, I'm not cloaked up, I'm not covered up, I'm not built up like I need to, because not only am I not taking my herbs like I'm supposed to, but also in the morning time I would usually take my vitamins. I would have like a piece of toast or something to take my vitamins. I don't take them on an empty stomach. But I'm so on the go, I'm not eating nothing, so I'm not taking a vitamin, and then I'm not coming in till late. The main roots has B12. If you take it at night, you're gonna be up all night because you get a burst of energy. I can't take them at night, so then I'm going days of skipping my vitamins. You see what I'm saying? So I take full accountability because I got too busy for my own wellness, and I allowed that to happen. So that's the lesson. Don't get too busy for your own wellness. Don't get so busy that you forget to prioritize taking your herbs and taking your vitamins. And even if you got to take it with you to go, don't get too busy that you don't prioritize your wellness. And then I also messed up because, we at the brunches and stuff, and I'm having me a couple drinky drinks. We at the concert, I'm at the concessions, I'm having me a couple drinky drinks, and I'm not a heavy drinker. I'm not a regular drinker. So I'm decreasing my herbs, decreasing my vitamins, and also adding alcohol. And we already know what that does to the body. We already know how that decreases the immune system. So that's not even a discussion. So again, I take full accountability because I didn't need to do what I needed to do for me to protect me. And people are people, and so we can't expect everybody to, if they sick, they stay in the house or they wear their mask and stuff. This is why you got to be cloaked up and you got to be protected for you. So learn from me, family. Learn from me. Take care of yourself. Prioritize your wellness. Don't get too busy for you, because if you get too busy, your body gonna sit your ass down. Okay, you see how my body set me. My body said, "Oh, you too busy? Oh, you forgot to take your herbs? Okay, we gonna sit you down for a week until you build us back up and do what you supposed to do. That's what you gonna do. Oh, you forgot to take your herbs these days? Oh, don't worry, we gonna sit you down for a week and we gonna put you in a position where all you could absorb is, or all you could take is herbs, because you could barely swallow, so you definitely eat no food. So all you drinking is tea. That's what we gonna do. Since you too busy for us, we gonna sit you down so you can focus on us, which is that vessel. You gotta focus on your vessel. Okay, so heed the warning, family. Heed this warning. I know it's summertime and we out twirling and swirling and having a good time, and I want you to twirl and swirl, but prioritize your wellness too. Okay, prioritize your wellness too, family. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon. Wellness community, y'all know normally we do a new moon Zoom, but I wouldn't be no good for y'all, family. I wouldn't be no good for y'all. Not today. I would not. Okay, so give me a couple days to recover. Okay, because I'm sweating up under this room. Give me a couple more days to recover, and then we're gonna be zooming it up. Okay, we're gonna be zooming it up. I love y'all, family, and I will talk to y'all soon, wellness community. I'll see y'all in the group chat. Okay, love y'all. Peace. Y'all know this Diddy ain't been in the video the whole time. Okay. He ain't been in here the whole time. He just now getting up. Let me leave before he pull up. Okay, love y'all, family. Peace.